Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for September 4th. September 4th is the 247th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 248th in leap years, with 118 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is appellation. Appellation is a noun that means a name or a title. It can also refer to the action of giving a name to a person or thing. The word appellation can also refer to what is called the designation of origin, usually in reference to wine and the grapes grown to make that wine. Now, this is not to be confused with Appalachian, which refers to a mountain range in eastern North America. On September 4th, 1607, a thing called the Flight of the Earls took place in Ireland. It seems like a funny little collection of word salads, so I looked it up. And right at the top of the page in Wikipedia, Flight of the Earls, it says, not to be confused with Flight of the Wild Geese. No actual air flight took place during this event, though. Two actual Earls, Hugh O'Neill and Rory O'Donnell, and 90 of their followers left Ireland, apparently headed for the European mainland. There was some disagreement and more contention, and I guess they thought it would just be best to get the heck out of Dodge. So they left, and I think someone writing about it historically called it the Flight of the Earls. I don't know if they ever made it back to Ireland or not. On September 4th, 1882, the Pearl Street station in New York City became the first power plant to supply electricity to paying customers. On September 4th, 1888, George Eastman registered the trademark Kodak and received a patent for his camera that used roll film. This is the birthday of American radio host Paul Harvey, born September 4th, 1918. He was born right up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I didn't know that before. Paul Harvey lived to the age of 90. This is the birthday of a man named George William Gray, born September 4th, 1926. He was a British chemist, and we have him to thank for the development of liquid crystal technology that has made so many of our modern displays possible. He lived to the age of 86. On September 4th, 1951, the first transcontinental television broadcast took place, San Francisco, from the Japanese Peace Treaty Conference. Oh my goodness, it was September 4th of 1957 when the governor of Arkansas called out the National Guard to prevent African American students from enrolling in Little Rock Central High School, resulting in the lawsuit Cooper versus Aaron the following year. This is the birthday of American radio and television host Drew Pearson, born September 4th, 1958. Also known as Dr. Drew, he is actually an internist and addiction medicine specialist. In fact, you may have seen him on any one of a number of his rehab TV shows, in this case being addiction rehabs rather than old house rehabs. Also the birthday of Damon Wayans Sr., born September 4th, 1960. He's a stand-up comedian, actor, writer, producer, member of the Wayans family of entertainers. The Price is Right premiered on CBS on September 4th, 1972. And when I saw that, my first thought was, I thought they were on a lot longer than that. And as it happens, there was indeed an older original version of The Price is Right, started in 1956. Back in 1956, it started on NBC, and in 1963 it moved to ABC, and it played there until 1965. The concept lay dormant until it returned to television on this day in 1972 to become the longest-running game show on American television. September 4th, 1985 marks the date of the discovery of Buckminster Fullerene. The first fullerene molecule of carbon, also known as C60, the C60 molecule has a cage-like fused ring structure that resembles a soccer ball made of 20 hexagons and 12 pentagons. It was named after Buckminster Fuller, who designed geodesic dome structures that look similar to the C60 molecule. Google was founded on this date in 1998 by Stanford University students Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Today's song is Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey by Paul and Linda McCartney, number 1 on September 4th, 1971. This was from their album Ram. Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey was released on a single in August of 1971, so it made good time to that number 1 spot. Paul McCartney actually had an uncle named Albert, of whom he was quite fond. Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey is an interesting listen, so of course there's a link in the description. Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey, number 1 on September 4th, 1971. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with the link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that is called, no really. You can also find me on Rumble, Parler, BitChute, and Getter. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.